Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Talking Sports with Big L. Of course, I'm your boy Big L. It's a little early in the morning for me, so I got my sexy radio voice on. I hope you don't mind. Um, like I said, this series episode 25, so I want to thank you for tuning in. If you're catching this on the replay, please like the page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the content on Facebook, the Facebook group, and YouTube. So, man, we got the fight. We got NFL Sunday. BAMA takes a L. So we got some things to talk about, man. So good morning. I'm going to turn this music down. And I hope everybody's doing well. Well, real quick, though. That music I opened up with, you got to be an old head. You really got to be an old head to know this music right here. This takes it way back to your childhood. All I'm going to say to give you a hint, every Saturday. Every Saturday. And if you know what I'm talking about, put it in the comments if you know. All right, let's get rid of that. So what's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Mental check-in for everybody. If you are watching, man, I know it's early. Everybody's getting ready for the game. So if you're in a good mental space today, give me a thumbs up in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. And let me get some things set up here. Give me just a moment, man. I hope everybody, and I do mean everybody, is doing well this morning. I know I'm feeling pretty good. Won't complain. Of course I could, but I definitely won't. Let me just get some stuff set up here. There we go. We're going to put this thing public. That way I can see your comments. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, I can see those comments, which I hope you are watching. But if not, please catch the replay. Hit me up in the comments. I'll definitely get back to you. All right. So let's talk about it. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, down goes Wilder again and again. I didn't get to see the fight last night, but I did take the time to watch it this morning. And it was definitely a slugfest. You know what I mean? These guys were going toe-to-toe as that's what you want to see heavyweights do. Let's get this background up. There we go. As you can see behind me, we have a picture of Wilder and Tyson Fury. Carrot juice. Carrot juice is good for you in the morning. But anyway, as you can see, we have a picture. I know I'm in the way, but I would try to move out the way. Let me see what I can do here. There we go. Give you a little view there. There we go. Yeah, him landing that left straight down almost down the pipe on Deontay Wilder. It was a slugfest, like I said, man. These two big guys going toe to toe. Deontay Wilder, he looked good physically. You know, he was trimmed, he was muscled up. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, looked like he'd been eating pancakes all since the last fight, you know. But that's just how he is. He's a big guy. And these guys were throwing some heavy punches last night. Wilder knocked Fury down in the third round. And, you know, like I said, I didn't get to see the fight live, but I did see the fight this morning. And I didn't go to social media to try to find out who won or anything. Even though I did know who won because I got an alert on my phone in the middle of the night. But as I said, it was a slugfest, man. These two guys were knocking, throwing home runs, really. Like I said, Deontay Wilder knocked him down, I think it was the third round. Fury got up. And then the next round, in the fourth round, the following round, Fury knocks Wilder down. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Tyson Fury knocked him down, including the final knockout, was 4 times. I know at least 3. But anyway, these guys was throwing it. They was throwing some big, heavy punches. In the later rounds, man, I'm gonna say that Deontay Wilder didn't look as strong. He looked like he was definitely hurt right there at the end. Um, right there at the end of the fight, man, you could tell it was just a matter of time. Fury just had to get that good hard punch in there, and really it was almost like a one-hitter quitter, to be honest with you, man. Um, Knocked him down in the 11th round, and it really wasn't a count. The referee stepped once he hit the floor, man. The referee stepped in and called. Because as I said, he was on his way, and he went down. He went down face first. Really like how he was, it really looked as if he was out before he hit the mat, which in boxing that happens. So I gotta say, I expected Wilder to come back and beat him this time. I think we all did, but we can't blame it on the outfit this time, or we really can't say he had taped hands or whatever. He beat that ass this time, and that's basically what it is. But if you did see the fight last night, man, if you're in the comments, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Facebook, man, and if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. As I say, I'm going to get more information going on this channel as much as I can. But as I said, man, please don't be afraid to go in those comments and tell me what you think of the fight. How do you feel about the fight? Was it? Did you see it as a good slugfest, or did you get to see it at all? I'm sure it's there's ways you can watch the whole fight now. So I hope. Well, I'll put it this way, man. If you paid your money, if you paid whatever it was, $40, $50 or whatever, I think you got a good fight. I think you got a good fight. I think you got your money's worth. And I really think that this was a fight we really hadn't seen in the heavyweight division for a long time. With Floyd Mayweather being as popular as he is and being the cultural icon and being as good as he is, we really haven't concentrated on the heavyweight division. We really haven't paid any attention to the heavyweight division since Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis had their fight many, many years ago. It's all about the names. These two guys, man, I think were the two biggest names in the heavyweight division, in my opinion. And they've had three wars. Tyson Fury coming out on 2 of them, and last night was the rubber match, so to speak. But I got to get an edge to Tyson Fury, man. I can't really say the edge. He went out there and did his thing. So it's a situation, man, where I don't really see this happening anymore. I don't really see these guys going back for a 4th fight. There's no need to. I think Deontay Wilder needs to just sit back, get himself together, and I think Deontay Wilder kind of goes for that home run. He's known for that one punch, that home run punch. He needs to add some more stuff to his arsenal. He needs to get more technical. In the later rounds of the fight, like I said, Fury stopped him in the 11th round. But as the fight went on, it looks like Deontay Wilder was not fresh. He wasn't bobbing and weaving, wasn't jumping. Tyson Fury was moving around a little bit better. But of course, like I said, Tyson Fury was I think he was at 300 pounds. So, he had a lot of weight. I don't think Deontay Wilder can handle that weight on him. it really kept Fury charging forward like a bull, really the most of the fight. So it was kind of a wear down thing. But as I said, Deontay Wilder, I can't say he went out there and got his butt beat. He did fight. He did knock him down. He landed some good shots. But these guys, as I said, these big two super heavyweights is probably what people call them now. They went at it, and like I said, Wilder, he's got to work on that technique, man. He's taking too many shots from this guy, and Fury to me is more. Last night's fight, he looked like he was more technical. He was more technical with his approach, and when the openings came, he threw the heavy hitters. And Deontay's, unfortunate for Deontay Wilder, he landed a lot of them, wore him down, and when he needed to land that big one, he did. Put him straight out. So, as I said, I don't see them doing it a fourth time. I don't feel a need to. Unless Deontay Wilder can just take a step back, get himself together. He needs to go out there and beat some other people. And maybe he can get one of the other belts, and then they can come together and unify the belts. Put all the titles on the line, unify the belts. That would be a money fight. That would be box office, especially for the heavyweight division. So with that, hey, as I said, Wilder went down again and again and again, and I think again for 4 times. So congratulations to Tyson Fury as he gets the victory in a big money fight. I'm sure both fighters were paid very well. Hopefully we'll see more big time fights like this. I don't know who we would get to come up next. There's no need for Mayweather to keep fighting. He has nothing to prove. He is arguably the greatest of all time, And I know that's saying a lot. I know a lot of people will say Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time, but in my lifetime, I've seen no boxer do what Mayweather has done. Financially and, in the ring. He goes out there and he slowly destroys opponents piece by piece. It's more like a victory by 1,000 cuts. He puts it on you, and by the time the fight's over, you're looking at this guy that won every round. But I get it, people look for the knockdown. But enough about that. We spent enough about that. So let's move on because we got a lot to cover. Let's see. BAMA went down. As I said, I did not see the game yesterday. But now this, I did see a couple of highlights. I did have a video pulled up, but I couldn't get it to play. I'm going to see if I can now. I probably won't. I still got to work on getting videos up, man. I had to do a better job with that. But anyway, and I want to say big shout out to my production team for making me look oh so good this Sunday morning. Production team being myself, of course. But anyway, BAMA went down yesterday, and they went down on the last second field goal to Texas A&M. But anytime BAMA goes down, man, bro, it's a big deal because I think we all thought BAMA was just going to walk through the SEC as they always do, and then probably go on to win another national championship. But I see BAMA probably dropping from 1 to probably, I would say 3, no lower than 3. Of course, Georgia's still right there. I think it'll be BAMA and Georgia in the SEC title game. And then I'm going to say, because I really don't think Texas A&M is going to be there for the title game. But then again, I could be wrong. They might show up. And I think BAMA, I know BAMA will definitely get into the playoff. Georgia will probably be there. I don't think it being in ACC country, we don't have to worry about Clemson being there. I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm probably going. You're probably going to see Alabama in the title game again or somewhere close. If they're not in the title game, it's because they lost the game before. I really don't see him losing another game. Nick Saban's going to right the ship as he always does. And hey, man, it is what it is. Another thing I want to get to you, man. Get to you guys. When I'm doing this platform, I'm gonna make it my effort to start covering my HBCUs football. I should have been doing this. That's my mistake. So I'm gonna make the effort to where I can get more information on these games, these HBCUs games, and get those scores out to you. Big shout out to my Winston-Salem State Rams on the victory yesterday. Big shout out to my cousin Rankin for getting his first collegiate interception. That's that Reason Ram. And big shout out to them Rankin boys. They're doing work over there at SU over in the hole. All right, but like I said, I'm going to make it my effort to start covering more than HBCUs. I promise y'all that. All right, let's move on to the NFL. And we have let me get this background up here. Let me change this thing for y'all. And appreciate y'all for the people that's coming in all late, acting like you're at church and everything. Just put the one finger up and tip on in. Preacher won't even notice you. Just make sure you donate to the collection plate as needed. Just a little joke there, but let's change this background up, get some NFL up here. You know how I do it. There we go. Now we at home. Yes, now we at home in AT&T Stadium. And we'll get to the Cowboys a little bit later. Right now we have the Falcons and the Jets going at it. And what I'm seeing, I'm actually watching the game right now. Looks like the Falcons 20, Jets 17. They're playing in London, so that's why they're playing so early. Are the Falcons really going to get this game up at the end again? Because if they do, they are really that bad. So the Jets just scored. It's 2017. When I looked earlier, the Falcons were up big, but Falcons for the last 2-3 years have been just a team that gets out there and then they give it up. So Atlanta, ATL, hope you can get it done, but you got 6 minutes and 55 seconds left in this game. So we're going to see what they do. But let's move to some other games for today so I can give you guys my predictions. And then we're going to talk about the Cowboys. But let's talk about Thursday's game between the Rams and the Seahawks. And as I said, and you can watch that game. I think that game, not the Seahawks and the Rams, but the Falcons and the Jets should be on Fox, I think. But we'll get to that Thursday game in a minute. But let's talk about the Dolphins and the Buccaneers. Dolphins are 1-3, Bucks are 3-1. It's Tom Brady. And the Dolphins really haven't. The Dolphins just continue to be bad every year. I don't know what's going on. I thought Tua was going to turn around. That's not. Maybe it's coaching. Maybe it's ownership. It's not a winning. It's not a winning environment right now, and it hadn't been for a long time. So, in the Battle of Florida, I do not look for the Buccaneers to fall into this trap game. Look for the Buccaneers to win big. All right. Then you got the Eagles and the Panthers. Last two teams that the Cowboys have beat. Panthers are 3-1. Eagles are 1-3. And this game, I think, is going to be played. I think they're in Carolina, but I'm not sure. McCaffrey will not be playing today, but I will say this, having played both teams, Carolina is a good team. They have a good feisty defense. They just ran up on Thanos last week, and we put the on. So that's what that was. But I like of course, I like the Panthers in this. I don't like the Panthers. Please don't get that twisted. I'm picking the Panthers to win this game. Number one, because I can't stand the Eagles. And so I need the Eagles to go to 1-4. So we're going to take the Panthers over the Eagles. Then we got the Lions and the Falcons. The Detroit Lions are 0-4. The Vikings are 1-3. This game is probably going to be for the bottom, the basement of the NFC Central. Kirk Cousins is still throwing a lot of touchdown passes, but his team's not winning. So I'm sure Viking fans are like, why the hell are we paying this guy? But I think the Vikings will come out on top on this one. There's been nothing that impressed me about Detroit. I know Goff is there, but he's 0-4. So looks like the Rams getting rid of Goff for Stafford was a great trade for them. And then Dalvin Cook is not playing for the Vikings, so you don't see a lot of Kirk Cousins throwing, but I'm gonna take the Vikings in this one. All right, you have the 2-2 Saints against the Washington football team, who was also 2-2. I want to take the Saints, but Jameis Winston is a little up and down with his play, so I'm going to take the Saints anyway. Washington hasn't been what they advertised to be with that defense, but they still have a good defense. They still have a great coach in Ron Rivera. Whether you like him or not, as a Cowboy fan or any fan rather, Chase Young is a beast. Period, point blank. Chase Young is a beast. He's going to be a beast to be. You're going to have to deal with him for a long time. So if I'm Daniel Snyder, brother, I'm looking at locking Chase Young in. If not after this season, man, I would try to lock him in, definitely next season, long term. That's a player that you don't never let hit the free agent market. But yeah, that front four for Washington is it's a stout defense. They just haven't played the way they did last year. Maybe people have film on them now, or maybe just the same rhythm ain't there, or maybe they're missing a few players here and there that were there last year, but it's not the same. So both teams are 2-2. I'm going to take the Saints because Washington is a division rival, and I need them to take as many L's as possible. So we're going to take the Saints on that one. All right, we got the Patriots and the Texans. Patriots 1-3, Texans 1-3. I'm definitely going to take the Patriots. The Texans are just a bad team right now, and they're not playing the best player, which is Deshaun Watson. And so they're just a bad team. The Patriots, on the other hand, they're a much better team. They definitely Mac Jones showed me a lot last Sunday against New England. And that was a game that they were right there at the doorstep. As I said, the Cowboys exposed that Buccaneer defense in week 1. And everybody's falling in line, starting to pick those Bucs apart. But we're going to see Tampa Bay again. You can believe that. But anyway, like I said, I like the Patriots in this one. I think Mac Jones is growing as a quarterback, especially under the tutelage of Bill Belichick. The Texans are just a bad team. Not just a bad team. They're a bad franchise right now. They got a lot going on. I think this season is really going to be a wash for them. So probably the sooner they trade Deshaun Watson and move on, that the better things can start to turn around for them if they're looking for something to happen this season. But we'll see. But again, I'm taking the Patriots over the Texans. Let's move to Green Bay Packers and the Bengals. Both teams are 3-1. The Bengals are a surprising 3-1, but they are 3-1. Green Bay is 3-1, and we all know Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. The Packers took that L took a big L from the Saints in week 1, and then have won 3 straight as Aaron Rodgers has, really righted the ship. I think they had a big victory over San Francisco last week, I think it was. So I'm definitely going to take the Packers in this one. I think Joe Burrows has played well, but this is going to be a big one. So I'm going to look for Green Bay to take this one. I don't think Joe Burrows is going to be able to handle this pressure. But we shall see. But like I said, I'm going to take Green Bay. All right, let's move to the Broncos and the Steelers. Broncos are 3-1. A surprising 3-1 again. And the Steelers are 1-3. Again, surprisingly 1-3. The Steelers just haven't played that complete game, in my opinion. Of course, they've played some tough opponents. They played Buffalo week 1, and they really manhandled Buffalo. They played Aaron Rodgers, I think it was last week, and then the week before they lost to Cleveland. So they've had a tough schedule. They've played, I guess you could say, they played at least 3 playoff teams. And then they lost to the Bengals, who are not a playoff team, but that's what helped the Bengals be a surprising 3-1 with that victory over Pittsburgh. So I think Pittsburgh hadn't got it all together yet. I know a lot of the fans are wanting to point the finger at Roethlisberger. Well, it might not be too much left on that burger. Might not be no ketchup, no mustard, no lettuce, no tomato, no cheese on that burger. It's just a plain burger now. So, but I think Pittsburgh gave him some money in the offseason or extended his contract or whatever. But if you get rid of Roethlisberger, then who do you go to? I know you got Haskins on the bench. Is that really a better option? So, in my opinion, we saw this a few years ago when they had Roethlisberger and Bell and Brown, and it just kind of all exploded piece by piece. That's when Pittsburgh was really rolling. And now, not so much, So, but in today's game, man, I think Pittsburgh gets this victory. Because the Broncos are 3-1, but I really don't see the Broncos as being one of the better teams just yet. They haven't showed me a lot. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh in that one. Hope I'm wrong, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh on that one. Then we move to the Titans and the Jags. The Jags are 0-4. Titans are 2-2. Titans are just like the Dolphins, just like the Texans. They're a bad team and really looking like a bad franchise all up and down. They've got some issues going on with Urban Meyer and his situation with the video this week, and let me give my opinion on that. I know a lot of the talking heads love to, something happens, the talking heads love to tear down certain people. They certainly try their damnedest to tear down the Cowboys at every opportunity, no matter what. This thing with Urban Meyer, it happened. We as a society should not be trying to call for this man's job. It ain't none of our damn business what happened. All right? Somebody took a video. Whoever shot that video, they know who Urban Meyer is. And by them posting that video, they were just trying to get attention. Only people that should be mad about this is, maybe Urban's wife or his family and possibly the Jaguars. But the Jaguars will get through it. Urban will get through it, and hopefully him and his family can get through it. But as far as us as society, it ain't none of our damn business. And we know the talking heads and sports media and all that put it out there because they want headlines. That's all. So I'm not concerned about that. It happened. It's over. Let's move on. it certainly would help Urban Meyer if he wins this game today to help people forget. But as I say, I'm going to take the Titans in this one. Uh, that Henry train is hard to stop. He getting buku yards, so we're going to see what that does. But I'm going to take the Titans over the Jaguars. Browns and the Chargers is going to be a great game. That's a 4 o'clock game. That's probably going to be a nationally televised game. This one is going to be kind of hard to pick, but I'm going to take Cleveland with this one for the simple fact that I like the way that Cleveland runs the ball down your throat. And I know this is supposed to be a passing league, but the Cleveland Browns run the ball down your throat, and I love it. I love a team that establishes the run because the run is the basis of the game. It is the foundation of the game. When you establish the run, you can do anything to a defense, and I do mean anything. It's just like in boxing. You got to go to the body before you can go to head. You got to wear them down. Go to the body, and sooner or later, they're going to drop their guard, and that's when that head is open. In football, you got to go to the body. You got to run the ball. You got to run the ball between the tackles and wear that defense out. Wear them linebackers out. Run the ball to the outside. Wear them down. 4 yards here, 3 yards here, 2 yards here, 8 yards, 10 yards, 4 yards. Wear them down. Keep that defense on the field. It ain't always about throwing the ball all over the place. When teams load up against the run, that opens up the pass. But when you can't stop the run, as a defense, you're at the mercy of the offense and the coordinator. Just remember that. But I'm going to take Cleveland because I like the way they run the ball. So I'm going to take Cleveland over the Chargers. Let's move to the Bears and the Raiders. Bears are 2-2. Raiders are 3-1. I'm going to take the Raiders in this one because I think they bounced back from the loss that they took the other night, which was a tough one. But I do see the Raiders bouncing back. I don't think the Bears are there yet. I don't think their quarterback situation is where they want it to be yet. So let's move to the 49ers and the Cardinals. Cardinals are 4-0. 49ers are 2-2. This is also going to be a tough game, but I'm going to take the Cardinals in this one. Bills, Chiefs. That's going to be a great game. Bills are 3-1. Chiefs are 2-2. That's your Sunday night game. I'm going to take Buffalo. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. The Chiefs are not the Chiefs that they were 2 years ago. And I'm really not seeing the same Chiefs from last year. Buffalo, on the other hand, they ain't the same Buffalo team from last year. They're better. They're on the uprise, man. So I see Buffalo. I really see Buffalo winning this game. And then your Monday night game is the Colts and the Ravens. Colts are 1-3. Ravens are 3-1. I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. I don't think that the Colts are going to be able to slow down Lamar Jackson. Only way you're going to slow that guy down, man, is somebody going to have to start laying the wood on him, and he'll stop running as much. I promise you. All right, and then I know we said we was going to talk about that Chargers-Rams game. All right, getting back to the current game, it's the Falcons 27, the Jets 17. I'm showing 2 minutes left in that game, so it looks like the Falcons may pull this out. All right, well, let's talk about what we came to talk about anyway. Let's talk about my Dallas Cowboys as we take on the New York Giants today. Now, there we go. Get my great background in here. All right. Dallas Cowboys 3-1. Giants are 1-3. Giants got their first victory of the season last week. And my Cowboys have won 3 straight. They've been rolling. Let me pull this mic around so you can hear me real well. And my Cowboys are rolling. My defense is playing much, much better than last year. The offense is rolling. My man Zeke is pounding that rock. And then we got Tony Pollard hitting him with the speed. Zeke is bringing that thunder. Pollard's bringing that lightning. And Dak is being like a mechanic. Whatever's wrong, he fix it. Heard my man Nate Newton say that. Dak Prescott is playing very efficiently. He's throwing the ball to the open receivers. We're using both tight ends now. Not only are we using our number 1 and number 2 receivers, we're also using our number 4 receiver because Gallup is out, and hopefully he'll come back pretty soon, probably after the bye. And then we have we have Cedric Wilson who's out there putting in work. We have Dalton Schultz putting in work. We have Blake Jarwin putting in work. So we've got weapons on offense. We got a 2-headed monster in the backfield with Zeke leading the way. And by the way, for everybody that was talking down on Zeke week 1 and week 2, talking about Pollard should be the starter, Zeke has shown you in the following weeks, and he definitely showed you last week why he's the number 1 running back. And he should stay the number 1 running back. It's not always the yards that you see. It's the things that you don't see. Nobody blocks for Dak the way Zeke does. No disrespect to Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard is putting in some major work, and I love it. If that pushes Zeke, to put in, harder work, then so be it. That's only better for us as a team. But as I said, and then that defense, man, Randy Gregory. I've been telling folks about Randy Gregory, can't get right. I've been telling folks about Randy Gregory for years, man. If he could ever just get his off the field problems in order, he would be a monster on the field. And that's exactly what he's been this year. Randy Gregory is almost becoming that guy who's going to be unstoppable. And I'm hoping that the Cowboys can retain his services next season. I think he may be up for a contract, but I'm not sure at the moment. But Randy Gregory he's a beast, man. He is a beast, and he's only getting better. The more he's on the field, the better he gets. Hopefully we'll be getting D-Law back in a few weeks. I'm sure that'll probably be I'm definitely sure that's going to be after the bye. And let me just bring these boys up, man, right here. Let me bring these boys up right here. Oh, man, what are Yes, sir. These boys behind me right here. Let me move out the way so y'all can see that there. Here we go. Yeah. Trayvon Diggs. Michael Parsons. Do you believe? Sorry about all the noise there. Can you believe we were able to get Trayvon Diggs in the 2nd round? It's a lot of teams that's shaking their head like, man, we slept on this guy. Trayvon Diggs is right before your eyes. Trayvon Diggs is becoming a shutdown corner right before your eyes. They burned him his rookie year. He took his lumps his rookie year, but this year, that kid is playing with a lot of confidence. You throw Michael Parsons in there. Michael Parsons is playing out of his mind right now. I still think, in my opinion, having Michael Parsons move around is where he's best at. Having him being a rush in on either side and playing in middle at linebacker, keeping him moving, I think that keeps offensive coordinators guessing because they got to find out where number 11 is. Van Der Esch is playing pretty good. The back end of this defense, man, the secondary, they're hitting, they're playing physical. As I said last week, we're seeing the makings of the Legion of Doomsday, the way these guys have been playing. So I'm hoping, I am praying that these guys can continue to play better and get better week after week after week. Also want to send a shout out to Jalen Smith. the Predator. He was cut by the Cowboys this week, and he was quickly picked up by the Green Bay Packers. I want to say this to any Cowboy fans that may see this or may be watching. I know a lot of, let me just say this, man. Cowboy fans argue amongst ourselves more than we do with any other team. The thing that I don't like is about Cowboy fans is that we seem to always think we right. And I say I don't like that. Well, yeah, I'm like that too. It's just being a Cowboy fan. Jalen Smith was not as bad as a lot of Cowboy fans will have you think. Cowboy fans will go back and pull up film from 2-3 years ago or last year, and it'll be a bad play. If you go out, there's bad plays made every play by somebody. If you've played this game, if you've coached this game, if you've been able to, if you're a person that breaks down film, I ain't talking about watching a game. I'm talking about breaking down film. You need to, don't just be the casual fan, be a student of the game. Jalen Smith hadn't played as great the last couple of years, but he wasn't as bad as Cowboy fans, as a lot of Cowboy fans say he was. This defense that we have on the field now is playing some great ball now. Jalen Smith was a part of that. Whether you like it or not, Jalen Smith was a part of that. So, to Jalen Smith, hopefully you'll see this. I know you won't, but I wish you all the best, brother. Your story in itself is great. The fact that you were able to even have an NFL career thus far is a great story. Don't stop now. Keep swiping, brother, and keep that clear eye view. All right, but getting back to the Cowboys and the Giants, man. Let me get my screen back up here. Cowboys and the Giants. Giants are 1-3. Cowboys 3-1. Danny Dimes. We can't let this brother get going at all, because he will hurt you. And what I mean by get going is when we got to cover those receivers. We can't give up that middle of the field. We can't give up that check down. So we definitely need to cover that. We need to put pressure on him and hit him all day long. If we do those things, he'll turn it over. He will turn it over. He's just like Eli. He will turn it over. But if you give him confidence, and of course, when you get back there, get that rush on him, you got to get him. You can't let him get out running, because this guy will run, even though he will fall on a clear touchdown run. The grass monster get him, but when we get to him, we got to get to him and hold him. Can't let this brother get away and run. Can't let him get any confidence up. Saquon Barkley. Definitely can't let this guy get going on us. I'm not sure how we're going to match up on Saquon. I know we're going to put somebody's spine on Saquon. Saquon is dangerous out of the backfield. Saquon's had a couple of injuries, but Saquon is like Zeke, but faster. You know what I'm saying? Saquon's got Tony Pollard speed, in my opinion, and Zeke's size and strength. So we definitely can't let the Giants get the run game going. We got to hit Daniel Jones all day. Same way that we hit Carolina's quarterback last week, we got to hit Daniel Jones all day long. What the hell just happened? Did I freeze up? Yes, I did. There we go. Oh, sorry, I must have froze up there. But yeah, we gotta hit Daniel Jones all day. Defense got to bring that rush. I need Randy Gregory to get home. I need Michael Parsons to get home. I need Van Der Esch to get home. No arm tackling. We gotta choke the snake out. You know what I'm saying? And that secondary's got to continue to play tough and feisty and hit. And I promise you, Daniel Jones will throw you a couple of picks. If we putting pressure on him up front, he will throw the ball to us. Period. Offensive side of the ball, we got to keep doing what we're doing. Keep pounding that rock. Keep feeding Zeke. Let Zeke set the tone. Once Zeke set the tone, then they're going to have to pick their poison. Either they're going to stop the run. If they stop the run, then guess what? Dak going to burn you up with the pass because we got 2 tight ends that's catching things. And we 3 receivers deep, 4 receivers deep, really, that will burn you deep and burn you across the middle all day. So we're on a roll. We just need to keep our heads level and stay focused. This game right here is definitely a trap game for us. Definitely a trap game. And we can't let it be that. We can't let it be a trap game. And so with that being said, of course, I am going to take my Dallas Cowboys. As I said, it's an unbiased but very biased opinion. I'm going to say Cowboys get this game, I'll say 35-13 Cowboys over the Giants. Let me write it down, book it. 35-13. There we go. Book it. All right, y'all. I've taken up enough of your morning. So I'm going to go and relax a little bit until there's game time. And, of course, I won't be now. Let me just say this. I usually come back after the Cowboys game and talk to you and talk the trash. Whether win or lose, I won't be coming back today. I won't get back to you live until tomorrow. But trust me, tomorrow morning, probably about 9:30, I'll go live. We'll talk about the game. We'll talk about the other games. And I'll be talking trash as usual. Remember what I said, 35-13 Cowboys over the Giants. Book it. And as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I am Big L. And as I said, man, if you guys get the opportunity, man, by all means, let me get this up here. There you go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the Facebook page. Have a great day. Appreciate you guys watching. If you watch on the replay, man, hit me in the comments. I'll see all comments made. And once again, enjoy your NFL Sunday. My name's Big L. I'm out. And also, like I said, if you don't remember this music that I'm playing now, you ain't old school. Again, all I'm going to say, every Saturday morning, you better remember it. All right, y'all. Be easy. Enjoy the games.